Welcome back to Pop Culture Roll Call, the show where our hosts are watching The Magicians by only viewing the scenes that their character is present for. This is Season 3, Episode 7, Poached Eggs.
Welcome back to another episode of Pop Culture Roll Call. This is Mike. I'll be watching everything from the point of view of Penny, as always. Left me as always.
It's Dasha, and I watch everything from the point of view of Margo.
From me as always.
It's Connor with everything from the point of view of King Elliot, as always.
And right here, right now.
Hey, it's Brian. I watch as Quentin.
We're back.
Every time you say that, I want to be like, "Hi, King Elliot."
Hi, King
like,
Elliot.
Wave hi. But
Or,
Hello.
hi, King Elliot.
Hi, knows.
What up, King Elliot?
One of them is Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. The other one is not. Or it's Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood at night.
I mean, Mr. Rogers' prime blunt rotation, right?
I absolutely
right?
agree. I was
Oh.
about to say.
I'm not sure if he'd be hitting the reef with me.
Oh.
If we'd be on the reef.
Question of the day. How good was Mr. Rogers' stash?
Oh, his stash. I was like, just how good was Mr. Rogers? I watched a lot of
Elite.
Mr. Rogers.
Elite?
We should talk about the live stream. This
Oh, yeah.
weekend.
We had a good time. We read the Buffy comic.
We did.
Yeah.
It was super fun.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for joining us if you did. Check it out. It was really
Yeah,
different than the first
I need
four.
to edit that. I'll get that up soon.
Oh, sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have mentioned it.
No, I just have not. Like, I wasn't on this one because I edited it and was dog sitting and stuff. So I'm excited to listen to it as I edit it.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting because I didn't go back and listen to the first round that we had done of the Buffy
years
trade.
ago at this point.
It was so long ago, but it very, very clearly that they very clearly are developing the greater character sort of like oeuvre. Like it wasn't very like Xander, Buffy, Willow did not seem to be the major
Important.
players in the game.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, and it makes sense because you had the TV show that was pretty much following them around specifically. So whenever you get to do something a little more different, you kind of start developing other characters. But yeah, it was definitely a different experience, but still kind of cool to jump back into something new because it's all been rewatches since we had.
When I was editing the podcast, spoiler alert, for your recording last weekend, but like. I was like, oh, is there enough material here to even record, a half hour plus podcast on? Because the first issue was all Faith. Like there was like 8 panels that had non-Faith characters in it, and I'm like, oh, there might be nothing here. And then there was more as it went on.
Yeah, we definitely pieced it together.
Yeah.
But it had that old that old pop culture roll call like Buffy vibe where we don't know like what the big bad's up to, but we can tell because all of us had like 9 minutes and there's very clearly like 37 minutes missing. We're like, I don't know. We just happen to know that it was probably Faith in the situation.
Instead of 9 minutes, you had 3 JPEGs.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
And like one word in that 3 JPEG.
Way faster and easier to take notes on, I gotta say. Comic book recap podcasts have it way easier than us over here in the modern media.
Speaking of, just a plug once again, Uncanny X Minutes. We just finished up the Wolverine, which was pretty good. And we're on a little hiatus until I think maybe the end of February, and then we're going to pick up on the next movie. But it's mostly about comic books. This is relevant. It's not just about the movies.
Yeah.
But
It's mostly not about the movies from what I've listened
that
to.
is correct.
This was a good transition.
The movies are a jumping off point to talk about all the comics.
A lot of it is like, oh, a bunch of mutant names scroll by on a screen. So now we're going to talk about Cypher for half an hour.
Yeah, because who's going to stop me?
Literally nobody. It is your creative endeavor.
None of us, all of us like to live.
We legitimately took a screenshot from the New Mutants and went through all of the names and stuff.
That's very funny.
I do love a good like rattling off of names like, who is that? He exists in this universe.
Yeah, I do for fun, and then sometimes on the X-Men subreddit, some people will post pictures or like little figurines of like old X-Men that they have. And they're like, who are these? And I'm like, haha, I can tell you. That's like my one specialty.
Very
Anyway.
niche trivia night.
That's your mutant power.
This is why I don't go to trivia, because they never ask me about X-Men. Never.
All right.
I remember the one time we went to, we're getting way off topic. We went to like Marvel Cinematic Universe bar trivia once.
Yep.
And we won so fucking hard, mostly on the back of Mike. But it was like, I think we got one question wrong on a technicality, and
which is the most we-dominated trivia thing to say. We got one wrong, but it wasn't really wrong.
Listen, I know what I like. Last thing off topic, I will never forget. I was in LA for a early screening of the first Avengers movie.
Humble brag.
Humble brag. I was out in the La La Land, as we call it, and they were doing trivia for like goodies.
Okay.
And somebody, the question was, name a alternate persona of Hank Pym. Hand shot up, Yellow Jacket, and yes.
Is it Yellow Jacket?
Yep. Hand shot up, Yellow Jacket. Oh yeah, you nailed it. Here's a hat. And then somebody in the audience was like, actually, Yellow Jacket was someone else. And I'm
Yellow Jacket has there's like 3 or 4 different people
exactly.
who've had
and I'm
Yellow
like,
Jackets.
Are you fucking actualing me?
Yeah.
And they almost took my hat away. And then somebody else was like, no. He's also been Yellow Jacket. I'm like, thank you. This guy can go. Could we just kick him out?
I will say that's not the first one that comes to mind, but I don't know anything.
It is for me because I love that Avengers Initiative run. Anyways,
we
the
need to talk
Magicians.
about the Magicians.
Yes.
Though,
Whoever said I was wrong, you knew who you are. Go kick rocks. We start this episode where the song "I Will Survive" is still continuing to play from
That's not the first scene.
No, not even close.
We start the very beginning of this episode. Interior cottage.
I have scenes before I see you two.
Okay.
So I'm with
Poppy.
Poppy, thank you.
Felicia
Felicia
Day.
Day. I literally just wrote Felicia Day in my notes.
Felicia Day. I also did, so thank you.
P-A-P-I or P-O-P-P-I?
No, P-A-P-I.
Poppy.
And we're talking about like the Hudson River Dragon, which I think is the dragon we originally used to get to the underworld. Sounds like that bridge has been burnt though because we need to give gifts or whatever, and we don't have anything left.
Oh, to the dragon.
To the dragon to get back to the
As a
underworld.
lord, all that.
So like I'm being kind of just rude and tense and kind of short with her. But this is when I run into Elliot and Margo.
Okay. Before you get there.
Yep.
Oh, you do?
We have some scenes before we meet with you too.
Wow.
This
I
is the
know.
best. And then I get next thing like, no, we were first.
We're just going to do the whole thing Benjamin Button style.
Yeah. Maybe we will. Me and Tick are running in to meet Elliot because we're running late because I had to read my husband a bedtime story.
Yep. As you do to
Yikes.
your husbands.
Yikes.
You don't have anything before that? I thought we were really going to do backwards.
That's the introduction with Tick, worried about leaving us. Yeah.
We're rushing because Q is probably already at the tree waiting for us. Presumably this is the tree that we use to get through the clock back and forth between real.
I didn't know. I had a
worlds.
question in my notes. Smart.
There you go.
That's what it is.
And do you think that wooden clock is made of that tree?
I guess I would assume. Like, that kind of seems like if you're going to do a portal thing, like you take of the tree and you put it somewhere else, then if you go through one, you come out the other.
Must
like,
be.
I don't know.
Anyway.
That would be smart. I would like that.
I would have
if
some
that
questions
is- if that
about
worked.
time about that too, but
It is a
whatever.
clock.
Time is kind
So-
of fucky in this universe.
Yeah, it is
so.
very strange.
Yeah.
In any case, the guards are changing shifts in 5 minutes, and we're just like, okay, pretend that we've chicken pox. Tell the fairies that we're super contagious. We trust you, Tick. You can figure this out. Tick is like, yeah, but we were kind of hoping that you guys would give speeches because, like, the floaters, which is like a crazy thing because, like, the whole last episode we were talking about the people from the rock, the floating rock, as like they all had rock names. So I assumed that like their nickname would be like rock related. No, they're called floaters, which I think is like,
I mean, the rock does float.
yes,
But they
I
all
guess.
have like igneous and
yeah, they're
like,
literally named
amethyst
after
and-
rocks. So
yeah.
anyway.
Dwayne.
So we're just like, well, we can't do anything about that till we get rid of the fairies. So deuces, and we go.
Yeah.
And this is when we meet Q at the tree, and you introduce us to Poppy before we go through the clock, which is all that
This is a brief
scene really
introduction
is.
scene.
Yeah, you're kind of like bickering as we walk up. We're in like, just to set the tone, we're in dark, dreary woods. It is not like magical, happy, fun time land. You can tell they're doing the whole. We're no longer in a safe country. Like, it's not ours anymore.
Yeah,
it feels
we're
like we're trying to be. We're like rogues. We're
surreptitious.
slandering.
Clandestine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we walk through the tree, and that's when we hear Q.
I will survive.
Yeah.
In
Billy Bass.
Yeah, he's not a tenor. He's probably bass.
Probably a bass.
Yeah. And that's when Quentin and the squad comes in to find Alice on the ground.
Foaming at the mouth.
And we're trying to wake her up. And then credits?
Credits.
Mind slut.
A little deeper on that one.
Also less essy. Less
I
essy.
like it.
Less sassy.
Less essy.
Happy.
My next scene is Alice waking up.
Okay, great.
Oh,
Because
she wakes up.
we
Okay.
just skip into our B plot from here, and I never see the rest of you.
Yeah, me
again.
neither.
So
I was like really curious to jump back in for credits. Like, I wonder if she's dead. And we
Again.
just don't ever acknowledge her again.
Yeah.
Nah, she's waking up and she's like kind of, she's in bed, but she's adamant she's fine, and her body's just getting used to Julia's magic. I don't remember this whole plot. Does anybody know?
Yeah, they were casting the spell to try to bring magic back, and
They were siphoning magic from 90s children's toys.
do you remember this?
The Furby.
Yes.
The
Yeah,
Furby
yeah,
gadget.
yeah.
The
But
Furby
I
face
just thought,
gadget.
I didn't remember how that got into Alice.
I don't
they were
either.
both. No, they were both trying to siphon energy.
Oh,
But she
God.
calls it Julia's magic.
Right.
in
What was
this
her
scene,
spell?
So who
Maybe
knows?
she
Yeah.
taught her the
But
spell.
she was the only one that has magic that was like trying
Yeah,
to
fair
like
enough,
boost
right.
it.
So the dean's here, Julia's here, Quentin's here.
How's
Obviously.
the dean doing? Last time we
The
checked in with
dean
him.
is being like a sarcastic dick the whole time, and it's fucking hilarious to me.
Okay, I was gonna ask what his new MO is because very clearly he's going through midlife
Yeah.
crisis energy, right?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
So Alice is just like, oh, there's occasional surges. That's all this was. And the dean is like, oh, it's maybe it's like the equivalent of like a organ transplant, like your body's protecting itself. And he's like, or maybe it's nothing at all. Who knows?
Takes a big swig.
and Alice is like, well, I prepared for this with these energy balancing spells. And the dean's just kind of being sarcastic. It's like, I suppose that could work. And I'm like yelling at the dean a little bit. I'm like, oh, your confidence is overwhelming. And he's like, what's the point in lying? You people are just going to do whatever you do regardless. Which he is absolutely right. We are, whatever he says, we're not going to fucking listen to that guy. So he's like, why would I say anything other than the truth? Because you're not going to listen to me anyway.
I'm unemployed. I don't care anymore.
100%.
Yeah, we didn't listen to him when we were his students. The school is now shut down. We're not going to listen to him now that he's a guy. Like,
You're not the boss of me.
You're not the boss of me.
Kick me out of school. You don't even own it. And then Julia kind of like whispers me over, and we kind of like whisper in the corner. Not like secretive, but like Julia's basically saying, hey, I should go get the key because getting magic back will effectively solve all these problems. Probably create a bunch of new problems, but it'll solve some of them. And she's like, Julia's saying, I'll handle Alice. You go get the key. I kind of reluctantly agree. So that's that scene.
okay. We're back in we come through, I guess we're in the house, right?
Yeah.
So we just don't acknowledge our friend who's passed out or the dean or anything because
Listen,
we
if
got to
I-
like find the eggs in the
Yeah,
closet.
we are doing something else, and which is hiding the eggs, because we want to keep them safe from the queen, and it makes sense to not leave them in Fillory when we're going to use it to blackmail her.
Right. It's
So,
leverage, which is we
yeah.
kind of got out of the first scene where we're like telling Tick what we're up to and saying that we're going to go off and kind of like develop leverage. That's how
Yeah.
we're going to solve this problem.
But as we like hide these eggs, that's when your wife, child, and
Finn and Frey.
the guy Todd
Todd,
come
yes.
in, and they have been to Times Square, or as she's
The
called it,
Square of Time.
the Square of Time,
Yeah.
and they are just describing this like magical time where Todd clearly just like took them on like a tourist, like they went to Broadway and the whole
Yeah.
thing. They're very upset that cats weren't real cats.
They're just people dressed up in cat suits. It was very disappointing. But they did go to the city that never sleeps in the Square of Time. And it's like they're making that kind of sound all high fantasy. And at the end of the day, what we really get, they went on a little bit of a touristy thing. We talked about their Crocodile Dundee episode.
It really was.
Their jungle to jungle moment. This is like their thing, right?
Yeah.
They went and had a great time.
Jungle to Jungle is a deep cut.
That's a deep cut.
I
guess
did
I
too.
watched
I watched it too.
I watched that
Yeah.
movie a lot.
watched
when I
that
was a
movie
kid.
sucks, but I did see it like 3 times.
Yeah.
I remember, not to get too off topic, but hey, this is our podcast. When I watched Jungle when I was a kid, and Mimi Siku does that thing. That's his name. In case
Pulling
nobody
his
remembered.
name out is
Pulling
wild.
That
Mimi
is
Siku.
actually
Fucking
wild.
I watched that movie a lot.
Getting a tattoo. Just
You know, he has
I
that
don't know if I
Siku.
respect Colin more or less because of that.
He has that blowgun.
Yeah.
I realize I've just been doing this on the camera. He has that blowgun, and
This is on the internet,
because
man.
he has a tarantula in his little like clamshell box, and he shoots a fly with a blowgun and then feeds it to the tarantula. So when I was a kid, then me and my friends, because I watched that movie a lot. It was one of those, we all have those like those VHSs where we have like 5 VHSs, and you watch those same 5 VHSs
if
until
I
they fall
get you for
apart.
Secret Santa next year, I gotta lock this.
Oh yeah,
I gotta lock this up here.
But I probably spent 3 hours with my friend loading needles into drinking straws and trying to kill flies in my garage.
That's pretty
Didn't
cool.
kill any of them, but I have a very distinct memory of like they were in the window and like, and like of course the needle just fucking falls out because we don't have any kind of like plug system. It's not a blowgun. It is a drinking straw with a sewing needle.
I'm glad you didn't swallow them.
I'm also glad.
Well, join us on our next movie break as we watch Jungle to Jungle.
Should
Anyway.
we? Anyway, so we shouldn't. They had a delicacy called pizza. Had a great time. Why did Todd call me Dad?
I don't know. That was also confusing.
Right?
Is he dating
My daughter?
adult daughter now?
But married to her? Did they get married in?
No,
How
but
old is she now?
she's
Fuck, I don't know.
18.
Probably.
I hope so.
I think she's
pray
like
for that.
I think she's like low. I think she's teens, but she's definitely not like a 13-year-old.
No.
But I don't think she's 20. She's in that like.
Yeah.
She's in the moral gray area, which is the worst place to be.
Let's pretend she's 18.
Okay,
shall we?
she's 18, and for some reason
19.
Todd
19
calls
feels better.
19, sure, fine.
They're both bad.
She's born December 31st, and she's 19. Yeah, Todd calls me Dad, and then it's like, Elliot, and nobody acknowledges it,
It was very weird.
which is really fucking odd. But
It's so much funnier that nobody acknowledges.
not even Todd. Like Elliot just didn't pick it up, but I'm glad we both did. 'Cause
I did too.
Did not know if you had any asides later that
No,
explained
I have an aside with him right now, and basically I'm just telling him, hey, he's definitely flirting with your daughter. I tell him, because I bring Todd over, and I'm like, hey, Todd, do you see these eggs? These are fairy eggs. And fairies are real, yes.
Yes.
Do not let Frey see these eggs. And then I have a job for you if we do not come back by tomorrow night.
Oh, sure. He's going to be the hide them, kill them, whatever guy. Okay.
So now, like, spoiler alert to the end of this episode, he manages to mess that up.
Yeah,
because he's
for sure.
Todd.
Wow.
There is a little aside that I have here with Frey where, because I'm talking to her and Fen about their trip, and it just because it's kind of relevant later, though we don't get a lot here, she acknowledges that I'm trying and says that I've been a good dad, which I don't agree with, but I do think they're trying to set up that like Frey is kind of turning the corner into liking being part of our sort of strange family here.
Kind of.
This is but this is her first time where previously she's like kind of been interested in our relationship but distant. She was like, thank you for like bringing me to Earth. Thank you for sending us to New York. Like, I appreciate the effort you're trying to put in. I'm still not going to call you like dad, but you're trying to be a good father, and I see that. So we have a little bit of that moment.
That's nice.
That doesn't really go anywhere yet, but my next scene is in the throne room.
At Fillory.
In Fillory.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, so we head back in.
And full of chicken feathers because Tick had to make it convincing.
The chicken pox. So feathers. Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't know what chicken pox
doesn't know
is.
what chicken- yeah,
so
sure.
he made it up. But it was effective because everybody's gone.
Okay.
Like the stone people and the queen all left because they were all afraid of catching whatever he made up. But
why does he look so sad? Because if it worked, why does he look so afraid?
Yeah, well, then there's like a little like cut forward because he's showing us there's a bunch of dead people on spikes and it says death to floaters like hanging around their necks on a side post. And we're like, oh, okay.
Our small little like civil unrest turned into a full on put them on spikes in front of the castle rebellion, stringing up innocents and bleeding them out. And that's when Elliot says something like,
I don't know if
this
they
became serious.
were innocent. This is what threw me because they were like, oh, because before they left, we said that they were pillaging. So I'm like,
Sure.
are these people that were pillaging and then were put on spikes? Like, am I supposed to feel like the people at Fillory were wrong? Or were these people trying to like kill people themselves? It was really like,
Sure.
I couldn't tell if this was just like war breaking out or if this was supposed to be like the people of Fillory were restless. I don't know which.
Yeah, I guess for my thing, I read it as they were pillaging, as in they thought this kingdom was basically theirs because they are one of their royals is now wedding one of our royals. So they came through and were basically treating it like make yourself at home. And they were taking things that they wanted. I didn't get the sense, and maybe I'm wrong, that they were going through and like murdering indiscriminately, or they were like burning the villages down. It kind of felt like they were just unwelcome guests who were acting as if they own the place.
Maybe the word pillaging just put a different thought in my head.
I mean, at the end of the day, I guess they would have to be doing something pretty heinous to be worth putting them on spikes.
Yes.
Staking that would have to be a pretty vile thing for that to be the just reward.
I'm trying to remember an instance when someone said pillaging that did not include the murdering and burning of villages, though.
I guess maybe I would have assumed Tick would have been a little more serious about it if our peasantry was being slaughtered.
Do you think he cares about the peasants?
I guess maybe I don't. He is one of the few people I feel like actually gives shit about Fillory.
That's interesting. I don't agree.
Oh, really? I think he's one of the few people, like, I don't know who else would care about them other than Fen and Elliot, kind of, but again, we never interact with them, so it's strange. He does seem like he is trying to make the kingdom, like, he steals from the kingdom, but it doesn't seem like he wants the kingdom to suffer or fail or come into, like, enemy hands.
To me, I agree, because he is personally enriched by it not being so.
Correct. And I think part of that is having a healthy citizenry, or like a happy tax-paying base. He knows where his bread's buttered, and if the kingdom's not taking in taxes, he's not getting paid.
That's interesting.
That's kind of my vibe.
I would interpret that differently, but I think we agree in general.
Yeah, I think we agree in general, just maybe on different sides of it.
It's funny because despite Quentin being a king of Fillory, me, Brian, I've never felt more like disconnected from a plot line in a show we're watching in my entire life. Like I'm barely following what's even happening on the Fillory side of things.
It's like it's really not that different. It's like we're saying so many details and it's just like all these plots, but really, like, for the point of the story, the only thing that you really need to take away it from is that, like, Fillory is like constantly going through like ups and downs of riots that we are putting out for different causes and for different reasons, but ultimately, problem, we try to squish it, new problem pops up. Try to squish it, bigger problem pops up, continue that. That's all that's happening. So it's okay.
Confusing, but is what it is.
How's Penny doing?
What are you up to? How much time do you have this week, Mike? You were at like 4 minutes last week.
I got like 14.
Okay,
wow, you got more than us.
Time. Hell yeah.
My first scene is us talking at the Viscal Kids cottage.
Yeah, so I'm talking to Penny about basically I'm wanting you to go get the key.
Yep.
Because you're already dead. And, you know, the underworld is where the key is, so
and I do
you're
it.
a natural
I'm not
fit.
Dead. I'm technically an astral projection. Thank you very much.
And you're very much like, I explicitly destroyed my body so I wouldn't go to the underworld, and now you want me to go.
Yeah.
And I'm basically like, well, you occasionally stop being a dick when the world's at stake, and this is one of those scenarios. And you're like, fine, I'll
Fair
go.
point. And that's when I bring him, like, fine, I'll do it, but it's not like I can just like travel to the underworld. So how am I going to get there?
And this is when, like, I feel like it was trying to set it up as like a conversation between the two of us, because I don't think Poppy was in any of the shots until like she kind of chimes in here. But like the library has a dragon.
Yep. A brindle-coated Albanian pygmy.
Yep.
That they call
just has a dragon, like a pet.
They call it a bookworm.
Yep.
Oh my god, that's actually a great joke.
But I'm assuming it's spelled W-Y.
Gotta be.
Yeah, which is very good.
Cool, edgy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's
it's
also
like a tech company.
A worm and a worm are two different things. Like, why is a dragon?
What?
Right? Like a worm? Like a dragon worm?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why it has to be spelled like that. They're not going to call it bookworm with W-O-R-M.
Yeah, but that's a different thing.
Right.
Yes,
it's a play on
that's
words.
the joke.
I understand it.
I think we're all on the same page. I think we're agreeing.
Go on. It's fine.
Anyways, apparently the dragon is used to send books to and from the underworld.
Yes.
So
because there are portals. Dragons are portals.
Dragons are portals.
But my argument is that Bookworm's too small to send a full-size person down there.
Yes. Because it can only send books, not full people. But Penny can possess objects.
Oh, sure, that makes sense.
Yeah. And I'm like, yep, I did say that. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm going to have to do this. And I'm like, okay, if I get the key and I set it back up, then what do we do? Because it's stuck in like a satellite library, which is on another planet.
Yeah. So apparently this library with the bookworm is not on Earth. And so we need a traveler to get to and from the library where the bookworm is, I guess, is my understanding.
It's like we need a traveler to get to the underworld to send the book up, and then we need a traveler at the other end of receiving it.
We don't need necessarily a traveler in the underworld, but we just need to get to the
And I'm the best suited.
right. Yeah. So plan is you possess a book. We get a traveler to like bring us to wherever this other like auxiliary library is somewhere. And Poppy wants to come see the dragon because she's into dragons, and I end up agreeing, and then
She
I'm
wants
like,
to see it like she couldn't imagine a dragon.
and I basically say like this, just because you're on this quest doesn't make us friends.
Yep.
Okay. Because we still don't trust her because she took the key and fucked off at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
she
also
is also a terrible person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's said this about
Because
herself
she
too.
was doing the whole like self-harm kind of
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
bullshit.
just like, all these people, like, I don't care about them doing,
Okay,
bad.
I got it. I forgot about the specifics of
Yes.
her introduction to the
And
show.
we name drop another traveler, Victoria.
Victoria, who I think we've run into before. I think
we saved her in the end of the first.
Oh, is she the
season?
one who's trained up in the dungeon?
Yes.
Oh, she was the guy. She was your muse. She was
Yes.
Penny's muse.
Yeah, the girl that
yes.
you literally went to go save.
Yes, her.
Yeah, she was the one who
Haunt your
brought everybody
dreams,
to
like
Fillory in all the third years to
Yes.
Fillory in the first place.
Correct.
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah, I
Okay.
remember her.
Elizabeth.
Do we jump to that
Yeah,
scene?
keep going.
my
well.
next scene is knocking on Victoria's door. She opens the door, sees Poppy, and says, "Fuck you," and closes the door in their faces.
And I'm like, I thought you said Victoria was your best friend, and she's apparently upset because Poppy slept with Josh.
Who hasn't?
So
This
Wow.
guy, man, the biggest legend in this show.
Poppy slept with Josh while Victoria and Josh were dating.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
so she does suck.
she does suck, and Josh is a fuck boy. What are you gonna do?
I mean, we knew
And-
that.
yeah, we knew that.
So we're like inside.
gotta know what
now,
you're getting into when you
know.
get with Josh.
things are obviously very tense inside Victoria's apartment, but Poppy's like, "Can we just move on?" Like,
Isn't that convenient for her?
well, Poppy's like, "Can we move on? We were like sisters," and Victoria's like, "You see how that makes it worse, right?"
I like Victoria.
And basically, like, I don't know, like,
Yeah, she's not willing to listen. She's not willing to help. And
so
then,
I just hand her the key.
Yeah. So she finally sees me. And so then we jump into having our own little side convo.
Okay.
And it's like, hey, Victoria, be real with me. You owe me that. And she's like, it's not simple. I work with this group now, and I just can't. And I'm like, group? She goes, yeah, it's kind of about, the freedom of information. I have no problem dicking over the library, but we have something else going on. And I'm like, is your boss like 40-something, attractive, and mostly rolls in ASL? And she's like, yeah. And then we jump back to,
Is this Harriet?
Yep.
Okay. So now we're in the hallway,
yeah.
and Poppy and I are both like holding the key together so we can talk to Penny. And so Victoria hates Poppy.
Mm-hmm.
Harriet hates
Me.
you.
Who's Harriet?
She is the hearing impaired magician who worked at that one. What was it called? It was Fuzzbead.
Oh, okay. Okay. Why does she hate you though?
Because I'm Penny.
Okay, sure. Cool. Moving on.
She
I know who she is now.
I think it was just too just not, but buying what she was selling. But Katie was all about it.
Okay, got it.
So Harriet does like Katie.
Okay.
So our
Oh my
plan is
God.
that we need.
This is why I don't watch reality television.
This is
This is the best part.
Yeah, I can't
this
do
is
this.
traitors coded.
I can't do this. I want to go play the same game I play for thousands of hours.
So now we're going over this plan
To get Katie.
to get Katie
Okay.
out of the high risk ward in the mental facility she's in.
Got it.
Easy.
Should we just take a break there and let them do a scene?
Sure, we could do a thing.
Tell us about stuff I'm never gonna see.
My next scene is our pitch. Is that
Oh,
your
we're
next
talking
scene?
in the throne room, talking to the queen.
Yeah.
And basically we've fully, I guess we're in the thrones now. So a little bit of like a dynamic shift.
Yeah, she's talking to us from the floor, which I think is
She's not like kneeling, but
no,
yes,
no,
she's
I mean,
standing in front
up,
of us.
like down. So it is. They are playing with the camera angle there, and basically the deal that we pitch
Right.
is that we will give her the eggs back if she gives us her bathtub. a very weird thing at first because I was like, is this how we're going to kill her? It took me a second.
Because that was the plan. We were going to put shit in her bathtub. We're like, we're going to do that and then give it back?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point?
She needs to stay moist or something?
Yeah, that is not what's happening. I think we dropped that plot line, maybe. I don't know.
I think we did because it didn't work because they couldn't get the stuff off the wall that one time.
Very
because
weird.
people were camping in there from the floating lands. I don't know. It doesn't matter. They dropped it.
And anyway, the deal is the bathtub is not for us, actually.
Right.
The bathtub is to all of Fillory.
Yep. Everyone is going to be welcome to the bathtub.
So basically,
we'll tell you why.
everyone will see her. Because they've cut a deal with the fairies because they're part of this deal. So no more shadow puppeting. Everybody in Fillory will know that it's the fairies that are making us look crazy. Because we've been giving these dumb orders. Like I've mentioned them before of like picking worms by hand and like cutting down these forests and like doing random stuff. And nobody really knows why. And they're basically just blaming us.
Yeah.
Right?
The outsiders come in to rule and are clearly doing a bad job.
Yeah, but we want to prove that everybody will know that it's the fairies. And also we make a quick note that she did not seem surprised by the dead bodies with the signs on them, which is very strange considering
Never a good sign.
how much she forced us into the alliance with the floating people.
Yeah.
We kind of dropped that. That's the last time we talked about it, or at least last time I talked about it this episode. But it was definitely like, there's probably some scenes that we missed that this is like relevant and is like letting the audience know that Margo and Elliot have caught on to something, but I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah. It was interesting because I didn't know until this moment, and maybe we did and I just didn't put it together, that the only people who can see a fairy are people who have directly made a deal with them.
Oh, yeah. They talked about this on the ship, but you weren't there.
Gotcha.
It was after
I
you'd gone, and I must
it
have just said it really fast.
Yeah, I must have missed it.
That
But
all the
that makes
pirates
sense.
have cut deals with fairies. They talk about that. They're like, yeah, of course we could see her. Like, what pirate hasn't cut a deal with a fairy? And I was like, okay.
Maybe you did say that. And I missed it.
It's almost irrelevant, but yeah.
There is also the vibe here that the fairy queen knows what we're doing because we told her, right? We told her the whole plot and she kind of figured it out. And it doesn't seem like we are lying about it. We just we know that our power play is going to work. But she is on the side of she doesn't want to do this, but she has basically until tomorrow morning to find her own eggs because that's the deadline we give her before we're just going to boil them and paint them like it's motherfucking Easter. And she says, I don't know what that means. And that's the end of the scene. But yeah, so we got to give her a little of a...
We did.
Goal. Yep.
So we're going over I guess it's another kind of heist planning thing.
Yeah. So I have a really quick scene where I'm casing the joint. So I'm in.
Well, we go over our plan first, though, right?
Yes, it's like a 5-second scene, and then we're back in the plan.
Oh, okay. So you case the joint. That's how you get the map.
Yeah,
or how we have a map.
Or I at least know where she is.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's just a quick shot of me in the high risk ward in Katie's room, where she is like out of it, dazed, kind of like looking off into nothing.
I didn't realize that Katie was put there against her will.
Yeah, that's relevant. That's relevant to the plan.
Yeah, I thought that she was there because she decided to be. I think I misunderstood that.
Yeah,
I don't know if that was clear from our scenes.
Okay.
It didn't clarify that to us either.
Okay.
But
this explains why she hates you, though.
Yeah.
Like if she was like forcibly imprisoned because of you. Yeah, that kind of feels like
tracks.
So,
I couldn't really tell why she was so angry at first, but this makes more sense a little bit.
And that explains how we have a map too. We basically have like a hand-drawn map on a big piece of paper.
Okay.
And so we're kind of going over the map and pointing out. I think you're pointing out like Katie's here, there are guards here, basically like kind of heist planning mode. And Quentin's like, well, because she's there against her will, they have to have outside doctors come in and like, give her an evaluation if they want to hold her for more than 15 days. Right. So Quentin knows all this stuff for obvious reasons. Poppy also fills in some of those details about the protocols because like she knows some of this stuff too, right? And at some point Penny's like, how do you know some of this? And
should I be concerned that you know so much about this?
And Poppy's just like, oh, there was a crazy time.
Yeah. And then you're like, so I'm like, well, what are we gonna do? Because you can't just walk out with a patient.
Right. So we're basically the plan is Poppy and I are gonna pose as those outside doctors, come in to give her the evaluation, steal a security guard's badge, slip the badge to Katie, and then Katie walks out with the security guard's badge.
Yeah.
It's a lot of moving parts. Good luck. Godspeed.
Yeah, the first problem being like trying to convince people that Quentin's a doctor.
So
That actually works flawlessly.
hold on. If you had to guess where the plan fails,
Ooh, I like this.
who
Poppy.
drops the ball?
Poppy.
Okay. Who drops the ball?
Or Katie, because you guys told her that you're leaving?
Yeah, I don't
Does she want to be broken out?
know.
Regardless.
I think
I think the plan works very well until
I
like
think it's
one
gonna be
minor
Poppy
thing
too, I
goes
guess.
wrong.
Yeah.
I think it'll be Poppy too. I feel like that's a too first thoughty, but I do think that's the
Yeah.
most likely one I can think
It's
of.
kind of nobody's fault, I would say. It's a
Oh
little bit of
wow,
Quentin's
good, great
fault.
question then, Mike. Nobody's fault. Thanks for that.
No, it's Quinn's fault.
Okay,
so-
that's why
yeah.
Brian was
So
defending
They
it.
bring Katie out to like this little like interview room.
Yeah, so I steal a badge on the way in.
Uh-huh.
That works fine.
Yep.
We introduce like ourselves to Katie as these doctors, like, fake names or whatever. And the problem is the doctor, or I think he's a doctor, like some sort of mental health person,
Like someone on staff.
someone on staff at this facility is like, "Oh, do you mind if I sit in?"
Oh, is it a teaching hospital or something?
Yeah, he's just like, "Oh, I'm curious how this, like this evaluation's going to go. Do you mind if I sit in?" We're like, "Oh, not at all." Right. And so we we hand her the key under the table.
Yeah, it's a very little subtle, like under the key,
Right,
under
so-
the table key handoff.
So she's on the opposite side of the table. We're sitting down on one end. Katie and this other doctor are sitting on the other side of the table. I hand her the key. Now she can talk to Penny.
The minute she grabs it, she sees me. I'm like, hey, don't look at me. Stay cool. We're breaking you out of here.
Right. So this part works great because Penny can basically just tell her the entire
Yeah.
plan.
Okay.
Nobody can hear anything that Penny's saying.
Yep.
So she's like, okay, now I know what the plan is.
Yep.
Right. And we have a person who can kind of communicate that while we're, just kind of
Doing
going
this
through this
stuff.
fake evaluation.
Which, of course, you know how to run because you've been through it on the other side.
Right.
That makes more sense. Okay.
And then I'm basically trying to like give her the badge under the table,
The security badge.
the security badge, and like drop it and like kick it over to her. And the other guy's like, "Oh, somebody left their badge on the floor," and like grabs it. We're like, now we're fucked.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right.
I don't know how much you guys have left. I have,
We have a decent amount.
why don't you hit one here
Yeah, let's do something.
before we have
All right,
our
so you kick
plan
it over,
B.
they steal the security badge. Later on, we get a little scene where Margo and Elliot are just kind of talking about the plan, because now we've sort of unleashed our grand machinations on how we're going to fool the Fairy Queen, or how we're going to like trap her into a decision that she has to make that's beneficial to us. And Elliot's kind of wondering if this... I get a little cold feet, I guess. I'm wondering if
Yeah,
this is a good
definitely.
idea, because we're poking the bear.
Are we making things worse
Right.
for Fillory by doing this?
Because Elliot also thinks that the plan is still to get all the keys, get magic back, and that would help solve the fairy problem. So are we jumping the gun?
Right. The problem is that Margo didn't have like a blood right that made her like the queen of this world, like Elliot did. Margo chose to do this, and she has worked for every single bit of authority to maintain her power over this kingdom. And basically, she's not going to give it up to them. She just refuses to do it. And if they want to, she's going to shove her crown up their egg-laying hole.
Mm-hmm.
Which
cloaca?
make a joke.
Yeah, nailed it.
So, that didn't feel great. I didn't feel like that was like, I don't know if I buy that as like an actual reason to do it, but Elliot does.
I think, and I couldn't tell how much he legitimately thinks that your reasoning is like sound and makes good logical sense, versus he just recognizes that you are not going to back down. Like he
Yeah.
knows you well enough to know that like your mind is made up, and when that is the case, us fighting is the worst thing for the plan.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that ride or die mentality,
Yes.
right? Like
yeah, it is very ride or die.
It's
That
very
is-
ride or
yeah.
die. It's like I don't think Elliot would want it to go down this way, but we have to be united. So
Yeah.
you just gotta make a call.
Yeah.
And Elliot tried to make an audible, and Margo said no. And Elliot's like, all right.
Yeah.
So
ride or die it is.
Chick, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So we're ready to rock. And we like cheers, and we're down to clown. Yeah.
It's really interesting. It is like Margo is right in that she's sacrificed a lot, but it definitely feels like a sunk cost fallacy error that she's making here. It's like you did a lot and you tried your best and it's not gone great, but like, does that mean you should continue to push it? But
Probably.
hey, this is her personality. This totally tracks for her. She's been a little authoritarian, let's say, in general.
Little's doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence.
I love her, though.
Like the Coke Zero of authoritarian.
Daddy, I love her. I can't talk bad about her.
She would do so well in the modern political climate. Oh, man. She'd run a small nation state. It'd be crazy.
Anyway.
Yeah. That's the end of that
so
scene.
that's the end of that scene. We've got a few more, but you guys can jump back and forth. We'll just pop back and forth.
So obviously our plan went wrong.
Yep.
And you must have something.
I'm in Katie's room right now.
Okay.
So she has the key still.
Right. So now the issue is Katie has the key and she's in kind of lockdown.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't try the key, like wave it around or something. Maybe a door will open. Just like it's magic. I don't know. And
I don't know if I fully understand this plan, to be honest, because if the whole idea is that they can't keep her more than 15 days without like,
shouldn't we just wait 15 days?
I'm assuming that we're here because we're close to 15 days already, and couldn't be like, oh, clean bill of health, she's good to go. Like, wouldn't she just be able to walk out?
you're thinking too close.
Like, is that not plan B? Is like, I don't know, wait a few hours.
And just wait outside with like a boombox
Right?
and a
But
convertible. Like, I don't know, have a good time. Right off
Instead,
into
the plan goes very differently. I don't know what happens on the first part of it, but alarms start going off from my perspective.
So we have a little bit of a scene here where she's like, what are we doing here? This is stupid. Why are you here? We already stuck a fork in this. Like, we were done. Why are you back? And I'm like, we're helping you. And she's like, all of a sudden you decided to help me. Like, I was such a ray of sunshine the last time we did this. And I'm like, we need you to talk to Harriet. We need her help getting the next key so we can bring magic back. And she's like, okay, where's the next key? And I'm like, it's in the underworld. I'm the only one that can go get it. And she's like, so you're doing it again. You're throwing your life at a problem to solve it. I'm tired, Penny. What couple deals with this kind of shit on a regular basis? And I'm like,
Buffy and Angel.
I thought we weren't a couple. And she's like, that's not funny. I'm like, it's a little funny. And that's when we see like a kind of nurse patrolling the hallway. And I'm like, hey, yell at me. And she's like, I don't want to. I'm tired of yelling. I'm like, no, yell at me.
Oh.
And she's like, okay. And just starts making a scene in her room. He comes in. And he's like, okay, Katie, hand over the contraband. She tosses him the key. He sees me, and I go, hey, what's up? And she knocks him out.
Oh, just as a distraction.
so
Yeah,
good.
it's a distraction. And that's when we are now in the hallway.
Nope, there's something else that happens first.
Okay.
So Poppy and I are in kind of the lobby area, and all of a sudden there's like code green, basically like somebody, like a patient has like kind of gotten out of their room. So alarm starts going off, which means all the doors like close. Shut.
Got it.
Right? So now we're like, okay, we've made things worse now. Poppy's like, don't worry, I got this. She goes into a closet and just lights a small fire in the closet.
Yeah.
That's actually super effective.
Right. So now smoke
official
alarms
advice.
start going off, and all those doors that just closed a second ago reopen.
Super smart. I would
Right, I
not
love
have thought
fire
of that.
codes.
And then
That's
she's like,
really smart.
And Poppy's like, see, it works every time. And I'm like, how many times have you done this?
I'm sorry. That's like super clever. I
Yeah.
really like that.
Yeah.
Not official advice, though.
Obviously.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't-
arson's bad.
Yeah, don't fake fires.
All right, I'll finish the other half
Real
of this.
fire, Colin.
Okay, don't start small fires making people think there are large, dangerous fires.
Don't make fire unless
Well-
you're on Survivor, and it's kind of important.
No, that's the least important. There's a way more important reasons to make a fire than you're on Survivor, Mike.
No.
Mike's like, what other reason would there be to
Have you
make
ever
Who else
read
would
fire?
be outside and why? Are you not outside to not make $1 million?
Every time I go outside, I'm just trying to make $1 million
Yeah.
on that hustle mentality.
So we're creeping through the hallways before any of that chaos happens. And a nurse is about to walk away. Oh shit, nurse. And like I'm a great like scout. Like I'm running a nat 20 on stealth every time. And we duck into the hallway.
Oh, this is before the fire alarm went off?
This is right before it. And I'm like, I know you don't want to talk right now. And she's like, I sure don't. I'm like, yeah, hate me later. Listen, I'm going into the underworld. Give me this. You're the best thing in my life. Short life, granted. But I want you to know I don't regret a fucking second. And she's like, well, you should. I'm like, well, it's crazy we live this long. We met. We had great sex. I got to know you. I'm lucky.
In that order.
In that order. And she's like, what's the fucking point? I'm like, don't be mad too long. I just want you to be happy. And she's like, Jesus Christ, I can't be. Without you, you fucking idiot. But isn't that adult life, accepting your own misery? And the alarms go off, code green, and she's like, oh, fuck, they found my room. So we think that you found the knocked out nurse, and that's why the alarms are going off.
Which I think the code green is
code green is because of that.
Okay.
Right? And then the fire alarm happens after that.
Yeah. And so she's sneaking through. She puts like a hood up, just a natural, like, I'm a different person.
Yeah. I've seen Assassin's Creed.
Yep. The nurse sees her that she knocked out. He tries to intervene. And then she checks him. And he runs off scared.
Oh yeah.
And we all run out.
And there's a scene where you kind of like run into us in the lobby, and I like jump on the back of like a security guard guy, and Katie just punches him in the face while I'm hanging on his back. He goes limp or whatever, and then we bolt.
Yeah.
So
man, glass jaws all over this hospital.
Or
really,
Katie can throw a mean punch. I don't know.
One or the other. Yeah.
I guess she was in like a weapon war coven basically. So probably did a lot of combat training.
What do you got in Fillery Land?
Yeah, what are we up to?
I'll let you handle this.
So we're in like the throne room again, maybe?
Yes, we're waiting for the fairy queen to arrive to
make her decision. Right. And so we're in there, and instead of the fairy queen arriving, well, and she does in a second, but Fen sprints into the room. And she is saying, so Fen, my wife, not my kid, she's saying that Frey took the eggs and left. So our daughter she didn't take the eggs. She found the eggs and was really upset, and she ran away.
Oh,
I miswrote my notes. Less misunderstood.
No worries.
I thought, makes more sense later on why they don't have the eggs. I was like, I thought she took them. Did somebody take them back? Okay, so she found the eggs, got pissed,
she found
and then
the
ran.
eggs, and Todd didn't do the first part of his job, but did the second part of his job.
Which, do we know what his job exactly was?
Yes, the way I told him, I told him to like put the eggs here, hide them, make sure that nobody takes them, and also don't let Frey find out about them. He clearly let Frey find out about them, which is probably why now that I'm trying to put this together with him calling you dad, I think he likes her, and he like showed it to her probably when he wasn't supposed to, or wasn't close enough.
Why did you not want her to see the egg?
Because she's clearly a plant. She's always been a plant.
Yeah, because she's plant by the fairy queen. Like, because she came back as she went out as a baby, came back as a full-grown adult, and basically said, "I have no loyalty to you or your family. I'm loyal to the fairy queen."
And like,
I forgot that part.
She's just it's because it's like this. First of all, she's the wrong age, and we were supposed to just buy it, and we definitely talked.
So you
about
think
it.
that she's not his daughter?
He thinks that.
Elliot has thought that. Fen, my wife, feels that she is my daughter, and Elliot has at some point just accepted that it doesn't really matter biologically if she is my daughter. If my wife thinks she's our daughter and she's willing to be part of the family, I'm willing to accept her as my daughter.
That is a wild magic bluff of like, what if we just give back a different girl?
Let's finish.
Let's finish the scene.
We'll just say it's magic.
Okay, let's just finish the scene.
Yeah. So Frey found the eggs and ran away. But that's sort of like right as Fen runs in and sort of blurts this out. That's when the fairy queen rounds the corner with Frey behind her. Mm-hmm. So she got here at the exact same time. And she's saying, perhaps I can help kind of elucidate the situation here. Like, I can kind of tell you what's going on. We, like, Frey and I, the fairy queen is like arm around Frey or whatever, is like, we had quite the talk about eggs and portals and quests, and I think there's a lot we have to discuss. So she's been telling about the keys and the quest, the portals and the dragons going to the underworld. She overheard
completely
all of
sold
this
us out.
Yeah, just basically went and blabbed to the queen about everything that's going on, which I don't think that she's a good person for it by any stretch of the imagination, but she did. I think she was starting to turn around on the idea that we were good people, and then found that we basically kidnapped a bunch of babies, and was like, oh, these people are monsters. You kidnapped unborn children and are hiding them in a closet, which is not
conveniently
cool.
forgetting that the fairy queen kidnapped theoretically her in the first place.
Her, but she's pilled and the Stockholm kind of vibe is what we're kind of getting at her.
It's very much a she's a child.
Yes,
Like she has she's black and white. She's not considering the whole picture. She's wrong, and she makes an error, and the error is very clear almost immediately, because the counter that the fairy queen gives is that she like uses magic and starts like hurting Frey.
Right.
She's basically like, you give me your kids, my kids intact, I give you your kid intact. How about that?
And she seems obviously immediately hurt. She thought that she went over to the fairy queen and was like, you were right about these people. These humans are monsters. They're stealing children. I'm sorry I doubted you. You could tell she had that vibe of like, I was starting to love the family that I found, and I was starting to like get comfortable with it, and then I found out they're monsters, just like you said. You were right. I ran back and I spilled my guts. And then she immediately then gets turned on by the fairy queen and is kind of being tortured. I don't know what the magic is. Like, it seems like she's like crushing her insides.
Yeah,
or just, like,
something. Her
general
arms go
pain.
back.
Yeah, there's like some weird stuff.
But she's just completely shocked, and the queen's like, "You betrayed your own parents. Why would I trust you? You're like you're the image of human duplicity."
Yeah,
which she's like obviously shocked. To which everybody else in the room not shocked. Yeah, like
this when Elliot turns to Margo, and I'm like, we have to give her the eggs back.
Yeah,
like we have to. I like she's screaming in the corner, and I'm like, Margo, I know that the plan was like, this is our ride or die moment, but we have to. She's my daughter. I can't sit here and watch her be killed.
Yeah,
I can't watch her.
Margo is trying to say, we have an entire country that we're supposed to be taking care of, and like, they're hurting. The fairies are hurting the entire country. Like, just to say,
you're
like,
selling out the country.
They're
for
selling
one
out the
person,
country,
even if it is your daughter.
But in the middle of this conversation, Frey hears us talking about it. She sees Elliot willing to give up everything to save her, and she says that she admits that she's like, "I'm not really your daughter. I'm," and then the fairy queen silences her, so she cannot talk anymore.
Right.
But that's when Margo steps up, and this is like prime Margo moment. And she just she goes, "Explain now." And then the fairy queen knows that the gambit is done, tells us that actually their daughter died in childbirth.
And this is another human that they basically kidnapped, convinced via brainwashing or whatever that she was a daughter. Obviously not fully convinced, but convinced her to play along.
I kind of got the impression that she knew the whole time. And I think so,
but convinced her.
Willing participant.
Yeah, willing participant. Yeah. But she's just another random human.
And then, of course, Fen is sobbing. And Margo so delicately says, "You hear that? That's the sound of your leverage dying."
Oh, boy.
Margo holds her hand out and is like, "I suggest you shake on the deal before I alter it any further."
Yeah.
I crush you.
Yeah. That's my. I have another scene.
We have one more scene.
I have two more.
We have
two? Okay.
a couple.
I have one talking to Fen.
We're at the diner somewhere at night, and Katie is talking to Harriet inside the diner.
Who's not having it?
Yeah, Poppy and I are like outside across the, like on the street across whatever from it, and so we don't really hear any. Do you hear any of this conversation, or
I hear obviously Katie's part and producer James masks all of the subtitles.
Oh right, I forgot there's subtitles for the
Yep.
ASL.
But the immediate vibes are Harriet going, "Nah, I'm not interested," and Katie trying to plead for the help and try to make a point. And she's like, "Okay, I'm grateful for everything you did for me, for Penny. So how about this? What if?" And then she signs something, and then she says, "Then we both get what we want." And
That can't be good.
and that's the last thing we hear there. And then we're back outside. And we're talking about how it's hard enough to sneak one person in there.
To the library?
The underworld?
Underworld?
Or underworld or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah. Penny basically is talking about how much you hate this plan.
Yeah.
But I don't think we really have another. And then Poppy and I kind of walk away to give you and Katie space to talk.
Yeah. And it's pretty much like I don't like this plan. It's the dumbest plan I've ever heard. And I am telling Katie, you don't know what type of defenses this place has. And I don't want her to get hurt. And she's like, oh, so you're the only one that gets to do something stupid. And I'm like, oh, you've been waiting to say that. And she says, I know what I'm doing. My head's clear. You got me out. We'll get the key. You just have to go if that's what you want to do. And I'm like, you know what? Don't get me wrong. Being in the astral plate's been great. Just a little over being stuck here. Bringing magic back's the only way I see a way out of this. And she's like, wouldn't it be funny if we both met our way out of this? And I laugh. I'm like, listen, Tweaker's worried about a key already moving on, so I gotta go be a book and get eaten by a dragon. And she's like, yeah, I've heard that one before. And the last thing I say to her is, I love you and I'm sorry we're cursed. So it's very much like, dumb plan. It's you got to stay safe. I don't want you getting hurt. And she's like, you don't get to be the only one that puts your life on the line.
Yeah.
But she did put her life on the line already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To try and
With
bring
right
it back.
hook.
So yeah, a lot of times actually.
So I just have a quick scene with Katie and Poppy basically like saying, Penny's gone. You're gone to the underworld. And Katie says, so let's not fuck it up on our end. And then I have one more little scene with Poppy. So we're like, I think just in the cottage somewhere, bedroom or something.
Mm.
And I'm going over
Or
like,
something.
It's a bedroom. And I'm going over
Poppy.
and I'm just like kind of like, anxiously going over these books or whatever. Poppy's like, okay, what's up? And I'm just like,
how do we alleviate these nerves?
I'm listing all the worst case scenarios, like, oh, this could happen, right? Like, here's all the things that can go wrong. And Poppy's like, well, you're just worrying about stuff you can't control. And I'm like, well, like, if we can't get this done, it's not just me who suffers, it's the whole multiverse. And she's like, well, you don't know that magic's gone in other, like, universes. It could just be contained to ours. I'm like, that's not the point. And I'm just, like, kind of continuing to ramble about this stuff. And she, like, gives me a kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
And I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, I'm short-circuiting your panic attack. It's getting tiresome. And I'm just, like, more confused. And she's like, let's have some fun. Seems like the chances of everyone surviving go up if we do that. And we start kissing on the bed. And then I get credits.
Where's your girlfriend?
Who?
Alice?
Yeah.
She's not my girlfriend.
Oh, you guys broke up
We're
again?
very explicitly broken up.
Okay, I forgot.
They've been gone for a
We're
bit.
barely on speaking terms.
Yeah. That's not a Penny. That's not a Penny relationship thing. That's like on the outs, but still kind of cute in there. That one that feels like is dead in the water.
I do like
really?
that
I misinterpreted that.
But Playboy Penny is the most like loyal to like, no, I'm with Katie and only with Katie.
I think,
and that's it.
I think whenever I realized, or whenever I assumed that the Alice relationship was like in fiction done functionally, was whenever we had the whole thing about like somebody asking Quentin like, what's your end goal with this whole thing, and Quentin's like, I just want Alice to go back to who she was before all this happened. And you just like functionally know, like, if that's what your hope is, it's that's just not going to happen.
Even in fiction, people are like, she's not that person. Like Alice is like, I'm not that person anymore. So like, you're hoping for something that just can't happen.
Yeah, you're maybe in a relationship with your memory of me, but that is not in a relationship with Alice.
Listen, do I think that this show ends with Quentin and Alice together?
Probably.
More likely than not. Yeah.
But they're not together.
But they're not together right now.
Okay.
We can say the OTP as the watchers of the TV show. I think in fiction they're out.
Okay.
It's the will they tut, won't they tut?
Yeah, I think we just know how writing works.
Yeah.
Living a story and understanding story structure are different things.
They're not ready at this point in their lives.
Yeah. There are many lives.
I don't have anything like, I don't think there's anything problematic about this in this moment.
No.
Other than I don't think Poppy is
she's
a
hooking
good
up
person.
with a bad person.
This is dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who hasn't hooked up with a bad person? So I am. Shit. Hey, Mike, don't raise your hand, Mike.
My phone fell to the ground, running away. I've never made
bad decisions. Me neither.
I'm 30.
Yeah. You're 30? I disagree. So Elliot is talking to Fen. We're like in the bedroom, right? Hey, no, this one's
why is it a bedroom?
This one's way more real and way more sad. So Fen is sitting on the bed and she is sharpening knives, like big, long, like
immediate start towards sadness.
Well, I will say that's what she was doing. Her dad's like a knife maker. That was the whole thing.
Okay.
So,
that's her comfort.
It's her
zone.
hobby.
It's her hobby, which she says immediately. Like Elliot's like, basically sits down and is like, do I need to be worried? Like, she's just like surrounding herself with like sharp knives in a bed.
Yeah, it's like you go to Mike's house and he's dusting his Funko Pops.
Yeah, exactly. And she says that sharpening knives is always what's helped her relax, you know. And I was like, are you gonna? There's kind of like a little bit of a joke about like she's gonna go kill the fairy queen with the knives, and it's not really what she's doing. She's really just doing it for comfort. And then we kind of like, you know, jibbing around what we're actually talking about. But at some point, we all know what this is about. Like, she just found out that her daughter is not her daughter, and her baby died in childbirth. Yeah. Like, and she's a mother. And and she, like, at some point she realizes that I came to have the husband-wife conversation, not the like two friends sort of like quipping conversation. And she like sets the stuff down, and she's talking. I'm like, how are you doing? Like, realizing that's a stupid question, but what else do you fucking say? Which is Elliot's whole mentality this entire scene is, what the fuck do you say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How do you empathize? You can't
With somebody who just lost a child.
right? Exactly. And like technically it was Elliot's child too, but I was not carrying the child.
I also think
there's a different
Elliot had a feeling that this was not his kid, and maybe had accepted this some time ago, that this was a very real possibility, because he had doubts where she did not. About Frey.
Yes.
So
I do think Elliot always knew that a shoe was going to drop, and Fenn, and here self-admitted, without getting into the exact like nature of the conversation, because I think we can all kind of assume what it is, right? Is like Elliot had kind of mentally prepared himself, but always wished in the back of his mind, like hoped mainly for Fenn, that it was true.
Yeah.
That they were actually going to be a family and that it was going to work out. And he tried really hard to not let it bleed through, that he had doubts. And Fenn was like, realizes now that she was grasping at straws because she just wanted it so badly to be true.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't let herself even comprehend or contemplate or even touch on the idea that Frey was anything other than her daughter, and there was anything other than the possibility of bringing her back into the family fold. And she starts like break down. She's starting to cry. We're like hugging at some point, and Elliot is kind of stammering over his words. And what he does get out after saying like, shit, like, I don't know what to say. I'm so sorry that this happened. He starts to say, you were a good mom. He's like, no, you are a good mom. Like, you were and you are a good mother. And this is just like the worst thing that could possibly happen. Like, trying to just be sympathetic without trying to overtalk. Finn kind of like pulls herself together a little bit, and basically says that she needs to get out for a little while. She doesn't say where she's going, but she's like, I don't think I can be, like, I need some time, and I don't think I can be in Fillory for a while. I'm not sure how long, but I think I've got to go. I've got to leave for a bit. And Elliot's like, absolutely, like, whatever you need, tell me how I can help. And that's kind of the end of the conversation. So
interesting.
I feel like they might be writing her off the show, at least for a little bit. Like, it's kind of the Fenn Frey like relationship arc is part of the Fairy Queen story, and if this is kind of the end of that, then they might be like, Frey's gonna go, or maybe Frey's gonna stay. And Elliot's going to have to be like a kind of dad friend, because the Fairy Queen does admit, and maybe it's in the last scene?
It's in the last scene, so we're going there right now.
Okay, cool. So let's jump into the last scene.
Yeah, we're in the carriage.
Can I call a shot before you do?
Yeah.
Next time we see her, you see her like somebody get stabbed in the back with her knife.
Interesting.
Is the first thing you see of her.
Okay,
like,
so...
A season from now.
A season from now? Okay. Hell yeah.
Carriage.
Yeah.
We're in the carriage with the Fairy Queen. We've done the deal.
Yep, she's got her eggs back.
Frey, we asked what she's done with Frey. The queen says she didn't want to come back with the queen, and so her life is her own, and she went off by herself. She's gone. Maybe with Fenn? Who knows? Or like you said, maybe by herself, and she'll come back later.
Stab somebody in the back. Who knows?
But we ask her, like, what was the whole point? Was this about like world domination, the classic bad guy stuff? The Fairy Queen mocks us for being human and being so simple-minded. And just thinking like such, I guess, like simple, I guess is what she's saying. But ultimately does not actually answer that question. While we're going with her though, I did not know that she was going to leave. First of all, that seemed really weird. Like, I assumed that the Fairy Queen was going to stay and try to rule still, but it seems like they're just withdrawing. Like, this is over, which I was did not expect that. That kind of threw me a little bit, honestly. I didn't know this was going to be like, oh, we won. It kind of came out of nowhere.
I would agree, unless it's not. And they're still going, and this is just like leaving the scene, but it did have a finality.
It definitely felt like it.
Yeah, it definitely felt like there was a finality here.
And she is as the carriage comes to a stop, and she's saying she's like, you guys are thinking too simply, and I can't help you anymore. And we're like, help? Like, what do you think you were doing? Again, it was like that little bit. I had mentioned this before, where it felt like, was she trying to help? Probably not. But it was
like
really
against a
weird.
Bigger threat that's coming.
Who knows?
Maybe there was some, because she calls out, like, we say, like, now everyone in Fillory can see you, thinking that she's going to stay and thinking that everyone's going to be able to see her and they'll understand why the decisions are being made. And she says, well, no, actually, everyone can see you now. The people of Earth have been mucking around with Fillory for generations, and people are starting to get tired of it.
Yeah. So instead of letting the people of Fillory see her, she disappears from the carriage. So we've cut this deal with her, gotten rid of her, but she's not appearing to anybody. So it still looks like we're the bad guys. And the carriage stopped because she set us up, and there is a mob?
Yeah,
I would call it.
Yeah, just a stock standard mob.
Of Fillorians?
A Fillorians that
torches, pitchforks, whole nine.
And tear us out of the carriage and literally haul us off to God knows where.
Yep. Cool. And my final scene, our final scene, is us like screaming and being carried by a torch carrying mob.
Have fun with that.
Yeah.
The rabble, perhaps, is another way to phrase it.
The rabble usually goes pretty well for the unwanted like rulers from another land when they get carried off by mobs during moments of insurrection.
You do make a Les Mis joke.
I do. I don't remember exactly what it was. Like, I'm not
it's reminding me too much of Les Mis or something like
that.
Yeah,
maybe I just reference it. Cool. Yeah.
I was gonna do a Star Wars reference. Rabble scum.
Rabble scum.
Rebel, but
I think that was the bit.
That's not a bit. That's just wrong.
I didn't say it was a bit. I said Mike said it.
Oh.
Wow.
Anybody else got anything, or is that the end of the ep?
I'm pretty sure that's the end of the ep.
All right. I'm your host, Mike, saying off. Left me as always.
It's Tasha.
And in front of me as always.
It's Colin.
And right here, right now,
it's Brian.
We'll see you next time.
Bye forever.
For more information, go to popculturerollcall.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Please subscribe, rate, and review. Our new theme provided by Stephen Rosbach. Find him at StephenRosbach.com for more of his work. Join us next week for another episode of Pop Culture Roll Call.